parents that give birth to their children today and in 1 week or two, accounts pop up on Instagram and TikTok of those children. And people that create social media accounts for their babies and then go ahead to create content in the name of those babies and they respond as those babies. It's this stuff like, I love my mommy so much, I love my daddy, this one, guess how I do, those kind of things, as if it is the baby talking, with them always on Instagram and TikTok and all of that. And I keep wondering, why would anybody want to do that? Why is that necessary? Why should we be doing that? And I don't like it actually. What do you think? Do you think parents should actually create content with their children, create accounts on social media with the name of their children? Is that like a privacy breach? Is there like a privacy concern for that child? Because I have my own reasons anyway why I don't think it is right to create accounts in the name of your children on social media. But before then, what do you think? Call me on 091 55 55 5898. Again, 091 55 55 5898. And let's talk about it. Let's know, why do parents even do this? Why do they create accounts for their children? Is it like cloud chasing? Or is it one of those that happen with them? The social media age, where everyone wants to be on social media, everyone wants to be an influencer, and somehow they are doing it with their children. So what do you think? 09155555898, that's number to call, or if you send us a text message or a WhatsApp message. If you're watching me from outside Nigeria, feel free to call me on WhatsApp on the same number so you can share your mind about people and the parents that create content with their children. I even saw a video the other day of a woman that got her child soaked in white substance, which I think could be powder, but given how sticky it was, I doubt it is powder. And I am almost convinced that that child, given that they're not even walking yet, it's not like maybe they are toddlers that can probably go around the house, scatter things. Just a little baby of probably 6 months soaked in one white substance just for the entertainment of her audience. So people now use their babies to entertain people on the internet. And I don't really like that. I don't know how you feel about that, but it doesn't sit well with me. What do you think? Call me and let's talk about it on 091 Call me and let's talk. Like privacy concerns for me, this child is a baby, and has not really approved of what we're doing with their image, their pictures, and it could create some tensions in the future when they become mature enough to know that, wow, as a baby, I was traded for money for content on social media. My parents use my images just to generate traffic and build social media following for something that I may not even like, because that child might grow up to be an introvert who doesn't want to kind of uh, bring out themselves to the public and create content and be in the public eye all the time. But somehow you've made them like the object of public spectacle because you use them to create content while they were babies. And then that leads to unhealthy expectations. When they become adults, they're expected to continue in that line of content creation, to continue that pattern of showing their life, a day in the life of a boy that lives in this one, and then the life of a little girl, all those kind of things. They are expected to continue in that line of creating content and showing their lives, even if they don't want to, because you, their father and their mother, set them up when they were babies. They didn't consent to that. And in the absence of their consent, they've now grown up and are forced to continue something they never consented to. So yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair to that child or those children when they finally become adults. So for parents out there, you should actually check it and be conscious of stuff like that. You might be endangering the privacy of your child and their right to be autonomous and just what they want to do. Because if they decide in the future not to engage in that content creation and showcase their lives, they might be seen as, I don't know, socially awkward, or just somebody that just disappeared all of a sudden, not knowing that it's simply not their personality, it's not who they are. They were really roped into this without their permission, without their knowing, because by the time their faces were plastered all across TikTok and Instagram. They knew nothing about social media. They knew nothing about the public space. And now they are adults and they are forced to be in the public eye because of the decision that their parents made. I think what's even more ridiculous is people that make comments with their, maybe they post a story and they'll be like, I love my mommy, I love my daddy. I saw those kind of things and I'm like, who sent you? Why is it necessary? Why do you deem it necessary to go to this extent just to create content? I think there's also the question of like commercialization. And I mentioned this earlier, parents that go above and beyond to create content. There is this, you know how social media, there is no quench, there is no end to the appetite of what the audience might want to consume. And because you want to keep them coming back to watch your baby, to watch your child, you are forced to create some kind of content that might be considered unhealthy sometimes. People go as much as letting their babies fall from the bed. I mean, you are there recording that baby fall from a platform. I didn't do anything just for the purpose of content. So people can watch and probably feel pity for the baby, feel pity for you, or I don't understand, or don't know. Why do you want to entertain the world with your baby? There are other forms of entertainment. You can even showcase your own life as a mother, as a father, as a teacher, as a guardian, as anything. Don't just jeopardize the future of that baby because they're trying to create content. So people go to many extents. I don't know. I've seen somebody put the face of their baby in water for long minutes just to prove a point on TikTok or something like that. Why are you doing that? Why is that necessary? So things like that call for concerns. It's unethical, even for that child. So yeah, that's why it's not proper for you to be creating content with your children. Allow them become adults. Allow them grow. Let children be children. Don't expose them to things that they may not willingly consent to in the future. Let them be children. Let them grow as they should, in the manner that they should, at the rate and the pace that they should grow. Don't force them into the public eye because you are trying to find fame for yourself first and then maybe for that child. Because at this moment, nobody cares about that. It is you who is actually benefiting from the so-called fame that you are making for that child, or you're earning from creating content and maybe earning money, earning whatever from creating content your child face. And just to create a balance, there are many parents out there who actually create content with their children, maybe, but they do it in a balanced way. They don't really force their children. It's just some random day, maybe just random talks, and then they capture it on camera. It's not like planned content that they sit their baby down and then wear them some weird costume just to be funny and entertain some strangers on Instagram or TikTok. No, that's not that. Parents who actually just record random days in the lives of their children or in their own lives and then share it with the public, and that's quite normal. Not all of this scripted content that people force their children into, because in the future that child might actually resent you for the things you have done to him or her. I mean, you just tampered with the ability to say no to the world, to the internet, to actually be themselves, be that person they want to be, because now they have to continue what they didn't begin. So yeah, that's not right. But what do you think? What do you think about parents that create content with their children on the internet? What do you think? Is it right? Is it not right? Do you think anybody should do that? Or am I just seeing it from maybe an archaic, reserved perspective? Call me on 091 5898. Again, 091 5898, or even 08081800005, 08081800005. Call me on any of these numbers to share your mind. You can send a text message or even a WhatsApp message if you prefer, so we can know what you think about parents that create content with their children on the internet and people that create social media accounts for their children against their will. Call me and let's talk. 091 Babies can't consent to having their lives documented online. As parents, we need to respect their privacy and think twice before sharing every little detail on social media. Thank you, Ali, for that comment. And that just aligns with what I've been saying. They can't consent. Just be careful about sharing every little detail on social media. And we have here Ayo from Lugbe. Ayo is saying, hello, I'm really concerned about the safety risk. Sharing too much information about our babies online can expose them to potential dangers. And that's true. I mean, okay, there are people that go to the extent of sharing the schools that their children attend online. I mean, anybody can just go to that school and, God forbid, probably kidnap your child or unleash mayhem on that child and other children in that school. Why are you sharing your children's school online? Just another comment here from, okay, this is Nne. Hope that's correct. Nne. Okay, Nne from Maraba is saying, I've noticed some unhealthy content being created with babies. Unrealistic standards and comparisons can arise from curated online personas. Okay. Let's be mindful of the impact on our children's self-image. Okay. Unrealistic standards and comparisons. That's true. Hmm. And it affects even the little children and those around them. I mean, some children will see other kids being, I wanted to use a word, you know how people carry their goods on their head. What was the term again? Hawked. See children being hawked on the streets of Instagram and TikTok for content and for revenue generation. And they probably want to do the same thing. They probably start to disturb their parents because they also want to feature on content and all of that. That unrealistic standards and comparisons just begins to come from there. Like I mentioned earlier, those children will grow up tomorrow and the public will expect them to continue in that line, even if they don't want to. Okay, another comment here from anonymous texter says, let's allow our babies to be babies. Childhood is about exploration, not performing for social media. And he added, let's create memories offline. Wow. I think that's a powerful one because once we go about centering their lives on social media, there's little or no life off the camera. Everything they do is for the camera. They can't live their lives normally. And it's worse for these children. How can you just come into the world and as you're coming, you're right in front of the camera from the first day you came into the world? I mean, there is no memory outside of the internet. You're just there for the edification or the entertainment of strangers from miles and thousands of miles away from you just because your parents chose to. Thank you for that comment, anonymous texter. I have another comment here. Someone is saying, I agree. Let's cherish real life moments. Offline memories are precious. Those family hikes, bedtime stories, and laughter filled evenings. Thank you. And that's what we are saying. There are a lot of things you can do for your children and with your children without hawking them on the internet for the purpose of content or for the purpose of generating revenue for yourself because these things are like intoxicating. There is no end. Both your viewers want to see more and you who have hit 1 million views on 30 videos, each of them have like 10 million views or 1 million views, you become like insatiable. You want to do more and more and more just to please your audience and probably get the quid coming in. I mean, the money will continue to come from brand deals and all of that. Probably your baby is used as the face of a particular diaper or one children or you or whatever. The money is coming, but at whose detriment? At whose detriment? There are a lot of things you can do offline for your children and for your baby without putting their faces, putting their lives, and forcing them to be on people's screens every day on the internet. And yeah, that's about that. Any other comment, you can text me on 091 55 55 5898 or call me on that same number 091 55 55 5898. Potential and intending parents out there, you've heard it. Please let your children be children. Let your babies be babies. Don't force them into a lifestyle that they may not want to maintain when they become adults, into a lifestyle of satisfying the public at their own detriment. Please respect them, respect their privacy. It is your duty and responsibility to protect these children and not to hawk them for the purpose of money making or for fame or for any other reason you might have. Please protect your children, protect yourself, and the world will become generally a better place. Thank you everyone for taking out time to listen to me today on Social Interchange. And until next Tuesday, I am saying good evening and enjoy the rest of your night.
Now, who